I'm going to show you real quick how to do a vinegar wash, and this is actually just very simple. It's so simple you really don't need a video, but I'll show it to you anyway because some people just like to watch. Now I'm pulling this a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. The first thing, now this particular ionizer never usually needs a vinegar wash because the plates always stay completely clean regardless of your water quality. However, if the water flow were to slow down, you may need a vinegar wash just to clean out the upper water line inside leading to the spout, and then also the spout itself. But some ionizers do need vinegar washes periodically. I'll say maybe once a year or twice a year, something like that, if you live in a hard water area. And so I'm just going to show you how to do that. Now, most ionizers don't have a mineral port. This particular one does. If you do have a mineral port, you should go ahead and open that up. That'll speed up the ability to fill it with vinegar, because this is a nice fat opening. Hold on one second. Okay, if you do have a mineral port and there's a basket in there, just remove the basket, and then you can, what you should do is angle your spout so it is pointing directly up. Take your acidic hose, which is this, and kind of have it also pointing up. Now what I'll do is I'll just kind of wrap it around. As you can see, I just kind of wrap it around here so that you can see that it's just staying up above the ionizer, the top of the ionizer. Now if you do have a mineral port, you can, I'm just going to simulate vinegar because this particular machine doesn't need a vinegar wash, and so I'm not going to actually do it, but I'm just showing you the procedure. Now I'm going to say this is vinegar. You can use any kind of vinegar, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, it doesn't matter. Now a lot of times people are wondering if the vinegar will go into the filters, and really it won't. It just, this bypasses the filters. In order for water or anything to go through the filters, it has to come from the incoming water line, and we're not using that line. We're only using the spout, which is an outgoing line, and we're using the acidic hose, which is an outgoing line. The incoming water line is still hooked up to the water, and so it's pressurized, and it goes through the filters and it's still pressurized all the way, you know, to the machine. So anyway, I've put what I'm simulating, this being vinegar, poured it in there, and now this will fill up everything to the top of the machine with the simulated vinegar, or if it was vinegar, it would fill it with vinegar. Now, to get it to come up into the spout and hose, you actually have to pour into the spout or hose the vinegar. Now usually I'll try to use something a little bit less messy than this, but for the interest of saving time, sorry, I'm just going to pour it from the cup and do the best I can. Now that seems to be filled, but let me just pour it in here too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in here until it starts coming out the other one. Yeah. Now, hopefully you can see that on the video. It was actually pouring out this spout. I was pouring it in the acidic hose, and it was coming out the spout. Now, the reason it can do that is, like I said earlier, this is all part of a system that is hooked into the water cell. The water cell chamber is filled with this water, and so are the spout and hose here. Now, if this was vinegar, I would just leave it like that overnight, And then first thing the next morning, I would, or you know, it really doesn't have to be first thing, but at some point in time the next day, I would then release the, remove the vinegar from the machine. But before doing so, I would take one of these lines, either the spout or the hose, and I would just take, using my mouth, I would just blow in and suck out, blow in and suck out, to agitate the vinegar that's inside the machine. Now, for that reason, I usually use apple cider vinegar because I like the taste of that better. You will feel a little taste on your tongue of that as you obviously you're just going to be sucking in, and you don't have to suck it all the way into your mouth, but you're going to at least maybe taste the vinegar. It's perfectly harmless. People actually drink, tablespoons worth of vinegar for their health a lot. So it's no problem health-wise and fine for you. And just once you've agitated, what you're trying to do is you're trying to remove the calcium from inside the water ionizer water cell, and also the lines and the spout of the water ionizer. Calcium will dissolve with vinegar. So this is really a nice way to dissolve calcium off of your plates and your water lines. Now, one caution about using vinegar with water ionizers is not every manufacturer will sanction vinegar washes. They will want you to use a milder thing, such as citric acid or something like that, something a little milder than vinegar, because they may not have real sturdy, durable pads in between their plates. It really depends on who your manufacturer is, whether or not you can do a vinegar wash. So you should definitely check out my water ionizer comparison page. It will actually, on that big chart, it will actually show you whether a vinegar wash is okay or not for that particular ionizer. So there you go. If a vinegar wash is not okay and citric acid is acceptable to the company, then you can just mix citric acid with water and do the same thing I just showed you here. So it's basically following the same routine. Okay? Hopefully this helps. Thanks.